What's up, guys? We've got another driving test leaving from Birmingham Garretts Green. It seems like test season is up and in full swing. Yes, you heard it right. It seems to be test season. Everybody wants to pass in September for when they go back to uni and things like that. So let's see how this one does. It leaves at 151. So to give you a little bit of background about this test that's going out, the learner has been with me for roughly about 5 months, I believe it was, and it only really ever had 1 hour lessons. Most common is 1 hour and a half because you tend to get in the swing of things in 15 minutes, by which time if you're just doing an hour lesson, it's finished. As you can see, it's really tight down this road today. They keep their observations absolutely on point. And there is some really tight situations, especially with that carrier. Potentially, they could have ended up going down here and ended up with 3 to 4 minors before they've even left Granby Avenue. But because the mirror checks were on point, still a clean sheet. When they get to the end of this hill, they do get a little bit close to this taxi in front. The reason you'd want to give people a little bit more space here is in case they roll back on this hill, especially if you've got a learner in front of you. I'd like to think a taxi driver wouldn't roll back, but you never know. So they did pick up one minor fault here for following distance. The bit that I liked here is they left quite a large gap from the vehicle in front. You'll notice shortly to the left a vehicle starts to emerge. They patiently let him out and it keeps the flow of traffic going. This is a sign of a really good driver. I don't know about you, but that balloon really puts me off. At the roundabout they're going right, third exit. You will notice it is actually really busy at the moment, but they saw a gap, they didn't hesitate, and they took it. Good mirror checks as they came off, and they came off in the left-hand lane. They're taking the next road on the left. Because they signalled on time, all the other cars knew when they could emerge. Because it comes quite after the roundabout, sometimes people forget to signal there. And next roundabout, they are going right. You'll notice as they come off, it is a really sharp turn to get back onto the left-hand side of the road. Make sure you don't go wide, as this could cause an obstruction to anyone else on the road. Coming up, I've said it quite a few times, really busy spot for shops. People go into their cars. He did slow down really well when it came to those tight gaps and meeting situations. It's one of the busiest times I've seen in a while here. You'll see the signs on the left. This lets you know coming up there might be something changing. It was warning you there about the crossing, which is temporary. He maintains a good speed all the way down this road, making sure he doesn't go over 30 miles per hour. A lot of people here, for some reason, think it's faster. And one of the most popular spots to get you pulled over. Most of the time here they set up the sat nav. You can just about see in the reflection. That's what's happening again. From here it'll be the independent driving for roughly 10 to 15 minutes where they'll follow the sat nav. Sat nav's leading them next road to the left. They do take this one a little bit wide. Not dangerously, no one was impacted, minor fault. The sat nav here says turn left and then right. Sometimes it confuses people and they don't see the right turn. If you miss the turn, just keep going the wrong way. It's much safer than making a drastic turn into a new road without looking. And here we have an angled start, and he's given himself plenty of space from the vehicle in front. Must have done amazing all-round observations as he moved off. Coming up, I'm very relieved that he didn't yellow car tag the examiner. I have no idea how that would have gone down. And yet another stop. Again, that one was absolutely fine. Good all round observations. And good observation mirror checks as they were passing the cars. You'll notice how his positioning here is on the inside of the roundabout for straight ahead. It was single lane entry roundabout, so that's absolutely fine. If we look ahead, we can see there is an issue with this bus. It's pulled up on the left. He does good mirror checks. He does not hesitate for the overtake. If he had stopped there because of the car behind, he would have failed. You'll notice the floor signs is saying straight ahead is the right hand lane. That is telling you to ignore the 12 o'clock rule at this roundabout. It's also for the same for the one coming up. It tells you to ignore the 12 o'clock rule. You'll notice on the left there is the road signs that tell you that, but also the floor markings. Coming up is everyone's favourite roundabout, the spiral. More than likely, he's going to be asked to turn right. Coming up, he's been asked to turn right, and I have slowed this down for you just because there's a few things to point out. As he gets into the roundabout, he's meant to be sticking to the inside. He does that perfectly. The lane you're about to see open up is for the road opposite. He enters the lane that he's not meant to. He should be following the red arrow. He notices he's in the wrong lane. He checks his centre mirror and left mirror, signals to the left, and then moves across. He doesn't pick up a fault for this because he did everything correctly. And remember, you do not get a fault for going the wrong way. You get a fault for going the wrong way unsafely. So no, not a single fault was picked up there for that roundabout. It's all about safety. Moving on from that, he's been asked to go at the roundabout right. Again, it's absolutely packed today for some reason. And now it's time for the maneuver. When he enters the car park, he can see somebody is already doing a maneuver. He gives them loads of space. You guys might think it's excessive, but this is what they want to see. That learner looks like they pull it off nicely, and then my driver continues. He's been asked to do a forward bay park. Pulls it off perfectly, absolutely no issues. It does look a little bit fast on camera, but he didn't pick up any faults here. I know the rear view camera makes it look like he's quite close, but it's absolutely fine. He was nowhere near. Now imagine on your test coming around a corner and seeing that gap. That's lame. But you know what? He kept it slow. He did really, really well there. Now, at some point before this, the examiner did tell me on the debrief that he did stall at the beginning of the test. I can't see it on the camera. I think it's because it sped it up or I'm just not vigilant enough, but I'm going to add that fault on now. So he is now more than halfway through his test. All he has to do is get back to the test centre without doing any serious faults. Lots of traffic built up in this area, and this is why I say it's always good practice in all different times. Normally, when some people do lessons, they only do it at quiet times. You don't know how it's going to be on the day. 2:20 is a time where things do tend to pick up, but this does seem exceedingly busy for that time. Look at just how many cars are passing at the moment, for example. I'd say that was fairly busy. Yes, a gap's opened up. He took it. Coming up, there's two lanes for straight ahead. I normally always recommend the left-hand lane for straight ahead unless further up you can see that a bus is blocking your lane. I want you to look at where my learner stops. This was absolutely perfect. He let everyone continue from the other roads. If he hadn't have stopped there, he would have caused quite a large obstruction to a lot of people. That is exactly what the examiner wants to see. It's still really busy down this road. He reduces his speed nicely as he does past the obstructions. So it was a fantastic pass. One thing I want to point out is test centre etiquette. Don't be walking in front of a car returning on the test. Please don't be that reason why a learner nearly failed. My student reacted well here, but others may not. All round, amazing result. 3 minors. Couldn't be happier.